like scary movies, welcome back to another episode of What Not to Watch. Grab your caffeine pills and tape open your eyelids because you won't be sleeping tonight. Movie number 1, Before I Wake from 2016. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This movie isn't even scary. Even writer-director Mike Flanagan says it's a supernatural drama. But I'm telling you, I watched this at midnight in my room alone and I was scared. I freaked myself out. My dog ran into the other room barking at a stranger that was not there, and I was terrified. I was. Anyways, Before I Wake sat in distribution hell for a couple years, but now is on Netflix for all to see. It's about a grieving couple who lost a child and are taking in an 8-year-old foster kid. The kid, played by the adorable and talented Jacob Tremblay, has been moved around from home to home because when he falls asleep, some freaky things happen. Honestly, I think this is a beautiful freaking movie. It is deep and full of human and supernatural horror, which I think isn't Mike Flanagan's specialty. I'm just here to save you some nightmares and say, watch it in the morning, or the afternoon, or the late afternoon. Next up, we have Lights Out from 2016. This movie was written by Eric Heiser and directed by David Sandberg. James Wan was also one of the producers on this film and helped with a lot of the demonic backstory, says IMDb. Lights Out follows a family all being separately haunted by a supernatural spirit that you can only see when the lights are off. It's a really great movie to test your fear of the dark. Turns out I'm a little bit scared of the dark. It's got pretty good acting, practical effects, script, and lots of jump scares that will keep you up and seeing a witchy figure in the corner of your room. And last and probably scariest is The Nightmare from 2015. This is a documentary horror film, a horror documentary if you will, about sleep paralysis. I only watched this movie for this video and I was stressed out the whole time, and I'll tell you why. I once heard on the internet that if you hear about someone's experiences with sleep paralysis, you can give it to yourself, and I am a little superstitious even with the internet, but I would say the most fascinating thing about this documentary is so many people see the same sorts of images in their sleep paralysis, the same sort of creatures. Scared. And a lot of this stuff dates back a long time and in many different countries, and it's really freaking scary. And then when I was done watching it, I talked to my boyfriend about it and I was like, blah blah blah, I watched this thing on sleep paralysis and they saw blank blank blank, and he goes, that's what I saw. And I was like, you had sleep paralysis? And he was like, yeah, when I was in high school. And then because we talked about it out loud and he told me about his experience, I was sure I was gonna get it, and I had a lot of trouble going to sleep. Thankfully I didn't get it yet. Anyway, so let me tell you, this one will keep you up. I also just realized all these movies came out around the same time, so at some point I'll probably do a part 2 and be kind to other decades. I'm sure there are a lot of other nightmare-related movies. I know Nightmare on Elm Street, duh, I didn't want to mention it. But give me some of your recommendations down below and I'll check them out. And that's it for this video. Have a nice screen and have a bad sleep. Bye.